it seemed like they got his cocktail of drugs right. He really was high energy, I have to say. And I was watching it basically waiting for, and of course there's the slurring of words, but it seemed like he was fired up and on point. I mean, the Democrats love cheering whenever you can get a sentence together. But what were your initial thoughts on the State of the Union in general, the feel of it, the talking points, everything? Do you think it was effective?
So I would say this. If it were a campaign speech, I would say it would have been one of the best rally speeches Joe Biden has ever given if it were at a rally. But this was not a rally. This was the State of the Union. The State of the Union is supposed to be a unifying speech, an opportunity to rah, this is what I've done, even if, you're stretching the truth a little bit. He was yelling. He was angry. Like you said, he was riled up. And the truth is, if he was speaking to a room full of his supporters on the campaign trail, that would have been an acceptable speech to give, maybe even arguably a decent speech. But his entire speech was, hey, I know I'm bad, but Trump's worse. Don't forget all the things that Trump did. And that was, you could summarize the whole speech in, I'm bad, but Trump's worse. When the president brings guests, that's usually a sign of what he wants to point to in his administration and the things that they've done. Well, he brought forth people like Katie Cox, who he honored as a hero. And Katie Cox, in my book, is a murderer. Katie Cox, for those of you who don't know, is the woman who, at the end of her pregnancy, found out that her baby had, what is it, Tom?
Trisomy 19, I think.
18, which Rick Santorum's daughter has, and she's lived to the age of 16 years old and is still living a very full life, decided that, let's be honest, she didn't want to deal with that, and so she wanted an abortion. She was not able to get an abortion in the state of Texas, so she had to leave the state of Texas to abort her child, to murder her fully formed baby. Those are the people that Joe Biden chose to honor at the State of the Union, and I think your independent voters, your swing voters, that's not what they want to see. They don't want to see a side of extremes. And the Democrats want to pretend that we're the extremists for being pro-life, but at the same time, here they are honoring somebody who murdered their baby fully formed at 9 months. Polling is very clear. Your average American does not agree with abortion up until 9 months. 80% of Americans disagree with that. Yet the first guest that he announced at the State of the Union is Katie Cox. They're not even hiding it anymore.
We have the second Catholic president of the United States champion abortion from a national stage. In a speech to the country, he is calling for abortion. He is celebrating it. He is shouting it from the rooftops. He deserves to be booted out of office. This is an absolute disgrace that a Catholic man would call for abortion without any sense. I mean, it's not even like he's pretending like it's panging at his conscience at all. He is celebrating it, and it's an absolute scandal.